just gonna say school just ended. Literally less than 30 minutes ago. It's back to the grind. We've been grinding a little bit while school, but this past semester, obviously, we had to stay focused, trying to transfer to uni, so the grades are required. But now is summer, so it is the time. It's time to lock in and ideally be able to set systems in place so that we can actually work extremely hard and moving forward actually be able to continue when school opens up. Unlike many of you, I don't attend school because of the fact that I actually have to. I choose to. It's just because of what I want to study. I want to study about aerospace engineering, but it doesn't take away my interest from business. It's one of my biggest passions. Same for aerospace engineering and physics and the realities of the world. But let's get to what we're going to do this summer, right? So mainly four focuses, right? I'd actually call this more mental health and fitness. So, so for what it's worth, I have about three main projects this summer to deal with. Four, if you consider the development of mind, that's I think very key for everyone. Firstly, it's actually very imperative that you live under the right mindset and that your mind is actually fortified to execute on hard events in life. I'd say that I've been through some hard stuff, maybe not the hardest, maybe not the easiest either, but in every single case, the fortitude of my mind has allowed me to conquer whatever problem I've had. So, fortifying your mind with knowledge and wisdom allows you to tackle the problems of life in a much better way. This summer, our problems are very simple. We want to set up these companies that we've always planned on making that I've tried out before, but I have a sort of issue. I don't give up. So I'll say first one is just mental health and fitness. And I say that this YouTube really just serves the purpose of, in essence, one, people following along. So wherever you are in the world, I do recommend that whatever it is you have, whatever ambition you have, to go for it and to set a plan forth and use that plan to execute and reiterate it as needed based off of whatever experiences and new knowledge that you acquire. So you can follow along for mine. And most importantly, we can help and grow each other and ideally even join the Discord where it's free. I'm not selling you anything. Where you can have a community of people who are actually hardworking, looking to change their lives and attack their goals, whatever they may be, no matter how small, how large. And yeah, first goal this summer is, in essence, bettering myself both mentally, physically, and spiritually. So, for the fitness side of things, for the physical aspect, we look to hit the gym 4 to 5 times a week. That's optimal. Done lots of research on that, and that's about the range where one, I'm willing to go to, and most importantly, where I can also maximize gain. I have to eat right, hit my caloric goals, hit my protein numbers. I also plan on reading one book a week, which is something that I've been keeping up since I'd say on and off. I won't say full time, but since I want to say last year, October. It's been one of the things that have changed my life for the better, and I probably can't advocate for it I can't advocate for it enough. Reading one book inside the Bible for spirituality, because I believe that everyone should have a relationship with God. Developing that relationship helps you, one, stay grounded within this earth, stay humble, and most importantly, not get ahead of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are just one human. And meditating to clear the mind too, and also calm my body down. I'd say like to put myself in high stress environments. Therefore, adding more stress means also, if you want to manage it, being able to unwind with ease. So working on that meditation, being able to calm down, being able to go to bed while having all that stress is one, a skill that everyone needs to develop, because life is high stress, life is high stakes, at least if you're trying to strive for things. So you need to be able to actually, one, manage it, and two, thrive in it. So to do that, you must be able to, one, calm down, and then 2, be able to rest. Sleep is one of the most important things. Being able to calm your body is one of the most important things, because the average business owner has some type of issue as far as health goes. And that's just because, especially the younger you are, the more chance you have of heading there. Don't take this for a fact, because I sort of read it off somewhere for a long time. So I don't want to come here and say something that I'm not 100% sure of. As far as the agency goes, I don't want to talk about what niche I'm working on. I've worked in the agency space before, worked in the e-com space before, worked in the trading space before. The reason why I don't want to talk about it is, well, really for competition purposes. And as selfish as it sounds, it's not really that selfish, because technically the agency is somewhere no one goes. So it doesn't really make sense, and it's slightly counterintuitive to target. But I think that the opportunity in it over the next 1 to 2, 3 years is massive. So if taken, it has insane growth potential. So I just plan on doing about 30 to 100 personalized outreach messages a day, and refining that and actually taking detailed accounts of how people interact with them. And even I'll get on here and also give you guys at least the frameworks that are currently working for me, that you guys can also use them. But if you have an agency, and I also, because my niche sort of works from both sides, from client and from influencer side, I'd say that I actually plan on selling a client before I have the influencer infrastructure and the ability to actually service them. So that, one, well, to see if I can do it and refine the processes to, one, get the client, and then 2, also see how much I can actually earn from it, because this is I'd say unpriced category, and in most cases highly underdeveloped. So the landscape has high potential, but with the high potential comes very high risk, which I'm willing to take. And the cost for this is, in essence, just my time. So it's just time and dedication, and which is why I can say that the agency model is probably one of the best ways to go if all you have is time and you're just sitting around and watching movies all summer long. So if you have time, you can literally do this while watching movies. You can do it. I'm not even joking. All you have to do is get your outreach templates, personalize it, find a way that works, use that way to keep on fucking calling people. That's it. Once you get on calls, you learn how to close. The more you get on, the better you get. It's just a straight numbers game. How much time are you willing to put in? You can get rich. Trading is something that I've been doing for many years now. So in essence, it doesn't really take much of my time. It just takes money at this point, because I'm just trying to get funded for more capital. I've been funded for 150K as of yet, but I currently don't hold any of those accounts. I'm not going to lie. But I have reached 2, 3 payouts on them, which were nice, but I ended up losing them trying to push further. But I plan on this summer, 1, gaining more funded capital. So this comes to 450 every other week, means a 100K challenge every other week. Honestly, I could do them a week, because I don't think passing them takes a while for me, because my strategy for passing fundeds aren't necessarily the usual, nice and slow. It's more like, okay, wait for the goddamn setup and risk it, because of the fact that these challenges are actually made for you to lose. So you have to be very, very, I'd say, aggressive to pass them, and very, very conservative to maintain them. Without getting into much detail, I'll probably make a video on how to pass these funded challenges on probably the next challenge that I do pass, so that you guys can actually see it in action. Other than that, it's just trading every day, or whenever the day / the news allows for it, because today was CPI, couldn't trade. Yesterday was FOMC, couldn't trade. I only traded Monday. And I've been trading for about 6 years now consistently. And you're probably thinking, oh, he just said he doesn't have any funded capital. Does not mean that you should not be looking at the charts and executing on demo or on a small account. I do have a very, very small account, but really doesn't make much money. And executing on demo from day to day only just refines your skills, makes your edge even better and more refined. You learn things over time. So not trading is actually hurting you, rather than just saying, oh, I don't have the money, so let me stop until I have it. Finally is e-commerce. And with that, I've also been at it It's probably one of the things that put me in massive debt. And it is the thing, period. And it's actually because I thought that I could get it down the first time. Well, man, was I wrong. So I launched maybe 12 stores, and I thought I didn't need anyone and I could do it by myself. And that was, you could say, my ego clouding my judgment. But in the end, I did meet a couple of people that could help me. By the time I actually met these dudes, I was pretty much even more than I could handle. It was pretty much too late for me. But I do want to get back into it. So I plan on going for about one test every week. So that's about $200 to $300 per test. Most people tend to have paper hands when it comes to testing products, which is wrong. Because listen, you need to know if something works or doesn't work. But you're not going to know if something works with fucking $20. All those YouTube guys that you watch in general, one, have 5 years plus of experience and have done it time and time again. So for you to come in here and say my $20 is going to get me that answer is very, very egotistical and very ignorant. The fact that you actually don't know jack. So with that being said, I'd say allocating more money to see if these ads actually work and seeing if they actually work and actually attempting to push them a little bit and let them give TikTok or whatever algorithm / app or marketing channel that you're using actually marinate and get to know your audience. It's probably one of the key things you can possibly do. So that's probably going to cost me $200 to $300 per test, and I'd like to go about one a week. That means approximately 12 hours of extra work for me every week. That $450 over 2 weeks comes to about 12 hours of extra work. I earn about $20 an hour. So that just means that I have to work like a dog, because that's before having to pay any of my bills and working to pay any of my shit. So that means that my bare minimum that I have to be working is actually 30 to 60 hours, most likely on the 60 side, but I'm just saying as a bare minimum. 30 just covers bills. 60 covers all this. So I do have to make it work and pick up shifts left and right. I mean, for example, Saturday, worked 13 hours. But that was one of the most tiring days in a while because the day before that I had a final. But yeah, so moving forward, that's the goal. And by staying at that point and just by constantly maintaining the habit and not exploding, because at the end of the day, you want to work hard enough to maintain it. So if you start, say, here, I guess a friend of mine put in a really good form. He said, in your day, you usually do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. If you decide to add one thing and replace the other and do it in a very fast manner, odds are what's going to happen is you're going to replace it at that time. But this thing that you just added is going to likely fit itself somewhere else. So you say you want to sleep 8 hours, right? And you normally did X amount of tasks. Say you do X plus 1 tasks. Now you might actually lose a little bit of sleep, or because you're going to do X plus 1 tasks and you actually wanted to take out 1 task. But to take that out and get this new habit in line, you're actually causing some friction within your body and your mind. So that actually causes you to in turn spend more time. The more time you spend, the less energy you have. And over time, you notice that people start like this and start to go down. Or even better yet, do this, which is even worse. So the best thing to do is likely be on a very, very steady slope and do something that you actually can't sustain. So for me, trading right here looks probably like a big deal, but it's not. It takes me maybe 2 hours to do max. Ecom, when I do it, it's mainly research. So it's like, okay, can I literally sit down and chill out and just scroll on, say, PP ads, and try and find something that really fucks? And if I do, then we have lots of time that we have to allocate. Store development doesn't take too long. Pro tip: if you do have a store, try and make a general branded store. That means that once you get that store, all you have to do is just change the picture, right? Change the body. That's it. Everything else is already prepared. Make sense? That way your time to develop stores actually goes down insanely. That leaves you more time to develop ads. And more importantly, it actually leaves you more time on your hands to spend on product research. And most key thing here is this. Yeah, in e-commerce, your product and your ad are make or break. Because guess what? People can buy off a shitty site. Doesn't have to be the best. People won't ever get to your site if your product creative is shit. Logical. Worse, people won't get to your site if the product is already oversold. It doesn't matter how good your ad is. If your product's worn out, you're dead in the water. You have no brand value and it's worn out. Nothing's going to happen there. So the two here are very, very key. Because once you learn the third thing, which is stores, you're golden. But these two here, you have a couple frameworks to develop for as far as product choice and how to develop ads. This seemed very, very counterintuitive to me when I started out. But by the end of it, I was like, oh, wow, it's actually making so much sense. And over the next couple of videos, I'll actually explain some of the frameworks that these people who have been successful in ecom have sat down to teach me. So that's that. And that's for episode 1. I mean, subscribe and like so that more people can follow along and more people can use me as a leverage point so that they can ask for help. And whenever I can, I'll also ask for help, because the whole idea of this is for us to help each other, for me to stay motivated, for you guys to stay motivated, and for you guys to keep going forward. I'd want the past me / me right now to document all this for other kids or other people who will be starting out in the future, so they can say, okay, he did this, that. And I'm just going forward in steps by taking the most apparent steps to me. And everybody should just go for that and try and just widen the perspective that they have, because most people can just see this. By acquiring knowledge from so many different places, your perspective, your eyesight widens, and by doing so, you're actually able to view so many more different opportunities that allow you to leverage yourself and leverage the world around you to actually do exactly what you want. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe. My Instagram's in the bio. If you do want to chat, hit me up. Join the Discord. And there I do post everything I trade every day for free. It's been profitable for months on end. I have very few losing weeks to begin with. But yeah, see you in the next one.